Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, and coming at you with a rare Gundam video from me. I don't usually do Gundam videos. I used to review kits a little bit years ago, but I leave that to people who have way more knowledge and know much more what they're doing when it comes to reviewing this stuff. But every once in a while, I gotta throw a Gundam video in there because I do really like Gundam a lot since getting into it a number of years ago now. I want to talk about one of my favorite grunt suits in all of Gundam, the Geara Zulu. And today we're going to talk about every HGUC Zulu type suit that they've made, excluding P Bandai. I don't have any of the P Bandai. I think there's like 2 or 3 maybe. It probably will never get them because I can't really justify spending that much money on a high grade, but or a small, an average size high grade, but you never know, I guess. And then also technically excluding the first version of the Rosen Zulu, but I never planned to build that because I like the colors of the episode 7 Rosen Zulu a lot more. But yeah, Geara Zulu, absolutely love this suit. It's probably my all-time favorite grunt suit. Maybe neck and neck with the Jesta. I really like the Jesta as well, but I don't know what it is. It just some really cool design features. It melds a few different Zeon suits together, and I'm just a big fan of the sleeve suits in general. I absolutely love the white trimming. It makes them look a lot more royal, a lot more regal, I guess, which I think is super cool. A lot more ceremonial looking that I feel like you don't usually get with the mobile suits in Gundam or robots in general, I guess. Yeah, let's take a look at the HGUC Geara Zulu. This is the standard grunt. Not the first one I built. I had the guards types, actually the first one I built. I actually built this relatively recently, maybe a year or two ago. I can't remember, probably within the last year or so. I think it might have got reprinted, which I'm very happy it did. I hope that maybe Bandai will reprint a bunch of the Unicorn era suits again, because there's a few more sleeve suits I like to get, like the Dryzen, or however you say that basically the sleeves version of the Dom. That looks such a cool kit. I'd like to get that. There's a few others. But yeah, really like this design. And I think what's cool about the grunt standard Geara Zulu is how it incorporates, just so many different, or like 2 or 3 different suits. You've got some Zaku inspiration with like the shoulder designs and this straight up Zaku shield on the shoulder, which I really like a lot. And then you have like this Zaku style backpack and then some elements of the suit that look kind of like a Gear, which is also a really sick suit. And I absolutely love the the head designs of all of these suits. The gas mask design with like the German style helmet, I think it looks super cool. I like the tones of green with the light green and the dark greens. I think look really nice. I like how you can mount the weapons on the suit, and I like the details. Like he has a bunch of magazines on the front skirt there. A few of these suits have accessory racks or weapon racks on the back. You can mount the 2 grenades. I really like how they're German style broom handle grenades. That's super cool. They got like the RPG or bazooka or whatever you can clip on the back. If you don't have the beam axe ignited and him holding it, you can clip that on there as well. The beam axe itself is super cool with the green effects, look really nice. And a nice upgrade from the Zaku Heat Hawk, no longer just heating up the metal blade. You got the full beam now with the little beam pike, which is super nice. I also really like the beam machine guns they have. I think this design is super cool. I think it's similar to a German STG-44. I'm not a huge gun person, but that's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong though. I like how you can remove the grenade launcher on this one, so you can give it have a few different options if you wanted to army build these. The posability is really good on these kits as well. You can get them posed up pretty good, aiming the gun, doing whatever you want to do. The Geara Zulu, the standard one, you can also move the mono eye with a little switch underneath the head, which is also really nice. So yeah, that's the grunt. He's very cool. But the first one I built was the guards type. And I actually wouldn't mind getting a second one of these maybe at one point, but I'm not too worried about it right now. The guards type is cool because it takes the standard grunt and just makes it a bit more elite looking and also a bit more symmetrical. The standard Geara Zulu is a bit asymmetrical, but this one has the symmetrical shoulder pads. I like how it's got the spikes on them with the extra armor. This one's got a lot more trimming here with the stickers. He's got the Gear style shield. I believe the Gear shield like this, yeah. Instead of having the shoulder shield, I have the command fin on this one. You have the option with this kit, which is super nice. You got this Gear style backpack with the much larger backpack with all the thrusters there. Same style of accessories and weapon storage, which is really nice. But you got additional armor around the thrusters there on the thigh. I also like that he has thrusters on the thigh. I just think that's a cool little detail. Legs are pretty much the same though, and then the front of the torso is pretty much just the same, just more detailing, more trimming. Same gun, which I think is still really cool. Not too much else to talk about, but I do like this, the guards type. It is probably my favorite out of the bunch, I'll be honest. I like the symmetrical look a bit more than the asymmetrical look, and I like that this has the more trimming and the shield and whatnot. But I really like this one. Probably my favorite. But they're all really cool, or it's pretty hard to choose a favorite if I'm being honest. Next one is a variation of the guards type. It is Angelo's personal guards type suit. And this one's pretty unique, obviously, because of the color. He is like this brighter pink with darker magenta, purple, whatever you want to call that. So a very unique color for a suit. It definitely stands out on the shelf, especially among Zeon suits. You don't usually get pink purple suits with Zeon suits, or at least not the ones that I have anyways. And he's very nice. For the most part, it's a guards type that is just a different color. However, the main difference with this one is he's got this giant backpack and this huge beam cannon. I can't remember what it's called officially, but it's super cool. You got this big backpack with these large thrusters, these large tanks, this fin thing, which I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's there. And then the gun itself is super cool. It's got like the magazine, you got like the charging rate rope or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. And then you have the gun, it's got multiple handles. I just kind of have him holding it because it is kind of hard to pose. You can get him doing a two-handed pose if you really want to. It does have the posability to do that. He also does come with the shield. Although I will say, even though I probably would always display him with the giant backpack and the large rifle or large cannon, I do kind of wish he came with the same additional accessory loadout that the other two Geara Zulus came with as well. Because with just this cannon, he is kind of limited in what you can do with it, posability wise. Like, you can't really pose them with any other weapons unless you take them from other kits. And the cannon is pretty cumbersome because it's just so big. So there's not a whole lot you can really do. It's tough enough, honestly, getting them into a decent looking pose, firing the cannon. And because I don't have any room on my shelf, I have to kind of just have him standing there holding the cannon like this, which I think is fine. But yeah, I feel like this one's a little more limited than the other two, but still really one I'm really happy to have in the collection because it just does pop really well. And I like the character enough, so I feel like you gotta have one of Angelo's suits if you're gonna have a sleeves display of any kind. Next one of the more unique ones, is the Zee Zulu, and this one's super cool because it appeared at the Battle of Torrington Base in the show, which is probably one of my favorite sequences in Gundam animation. I think that battle's super cool, with all the older Zeon suits kind of fighting the newer Federation suits. Kind of cool. And this is an underwater suit, or basically underwater version of the Geara Zulu. So that's really cool. I really like the blue, the marine blue. He's got like the super dark blue, and then he's got the lighter blue. The helmet, or the face rather, the face and the head is a bit more different. He's kind of got more of a simpler looking visor. The tubes kind of go inward into the torso, which I think is a super cool kind of thing, how that works. And it looks fairly different. Kind of looks like he has a mustache, kind of funny. But that looks really nice. I got him geared up with all the aquatic gear and all that. So he's got stuff like flippers, which I think is kind of funny. He's got these big claws and then these two knives, which is super cool. This tank, which I assume is like an oxygen tank or something, but I don't actually know. These larger sort of underwater thrusters on his back, and then he's got actually a gun case on the back too, which I think is a cool feature. You don't usually see that on mobile suits in Gundam, having them to actually have a gun case. I assume to protect from the water would be my guess. But that's super cool. You can do some cool stuff. So like you can take all the stuff off. So you can take like the gun case off. You can take the gun out. And he comes with like a what I would call a simpler version of the Geara Zulu rifle. It's got a smaller mag, no scope. This does have the grenade launcher, but you can't remove it for some reason. That's a little lame, but still, you get the rifle. You can take the flippers off. They're pretty easy. You just slide right off. You can take this little tank off, although I just took off the whole front piece. But that just goes right back on there. You can take the claws off. I guess I'll do it. And the claws themselves, you can, pretty sure you can fold them back. Yeah, you can fold them up if you want to have them just folded up, if you want to. He's got the blades, the knives. I have him holding them inverse because it looks cooler, makes it look like he has claws when he has the other forearm claws on. But you can take these out of his hand and you can actually store them on sheaths on his back, which is a nice feature of weapon stores. They go in pretty securely. I'm just going to put one in, but that's a really nice feature. You probably even have the posability. Yeah, you have the posability to make it look like he's drawing them out of his back as well, which is super cool. I always love when they have posability like that. And then you can take off the whole backpack. I think the actually, I can't remember if they took off the back parts when they went on to the went on to land. I feel like they did, but I actually don't remember. But yeah, you can take all that stuff off, and so this kit has a lot of different display options. You can have all the aquatic stuff on, you can have it all off, you can have the claws on, you can have the claws off, you can have them with the rifle, you can have them with the knives, you can do kind of whatever you want. So he's got a lot of cool options. And this one's also probably the least brutal when it comes to stickers because he's got a lot less of the trimming. So yeah, you don't really have to worry about doing that if you don't like applying the stickers or you don't like painting or whatever. He doesn't have a whole lot of that, so that's super cool as well. Put all his junk on the side, put him over here. And then lastly, the kit that I most recently built is the not Zee Zulu, sorry, the Rosen Zulu. He's talking about the Zee Zulu. The Rosen Zulu. And the Rosen Zulu is definitely the most interesting design out of all the Zulu suits. And honestly, just a pretty interesting design of most of the kits I have in my collection and display. This guy is a really interesting design, very cool design, but very interesting. He does have a fair amount of parts to him because he comes with a bunch of these little clear stands and these little funnels, which is super cool. So you have them displayed with these little funnels so they go shoot stuff and do all that sort of thing. But he also comes with this this wire piece here that you can actually take the hand out, plug that in, and then plug the hand on the other side to make it look like the wire fin, the wire funnel, whatever. He's shooting it out, doing his thing. It's been a while since I've watched Unicorns. I can't remember exactly like what this suit did. It was in one of the final fights, I think. But that's very nice feature. He's got the shield cannon thing on one arm. You've got the cannons in this hand. You can open the claws, which is fun. That's pretty cool. I love the big shoulders, which is really nice. The trimming looks pretty good. The head's very cool. It's kind of like almost like these wings or something coming up the sides of the head. Huge shoulder or knee blade things or whatever. And then he's got stiletto heels, or the suit does, which I think is super funny for a mobile suit to have heels like this. I don't see the practicality in that, but it is pretty unique. So I do like that. Very feminine looking legs, which is kind of funny, but I think it's cool. It's definitely more unique than most suits. Like I said, the head is cool, although the one thing I wish this kit had is it doesn't have the switch to move the mono eye. And I didn't know that it didn't have the switch to move the mono eye, so I put the sticker right smack in the middle, and that's so I can't see it really. But, you know, it is what it is. You got the back here, kind of similar to the Sinanju, actually. Little things here. You got the fuel tanks in the back. You can pose these a little bit. And you can actually open up these storage things, and you can have a couple of those stored funnels in there, and you can take them out or do whatever you want with them. So that's very cool. And the trimming's nice. The stickers are a little bit of a pain in the ass to apply when you are building it, but they're not too bad if you're careful. This is, out of all of them, except for maybe Angelo's other suit, this is the one that really benefits the most from an action base. Unfortunately, I don't have the room on my Gun Plus shelves to have the space for any more action bases right now, so mine won't be displayed on an action base. But if you have the space for it, definitely get an action base for this guy. Honestly, I kind of wish it came with a base. You don't need to display it, but it just would be so much better if you did, because I think this thing's only ever seen in space anyways. But yeah, this one's super cool. As to, there's another version I mentioned. There's a standard Rosen Zulu. This is the episode 7 version. The standard Rosen Zulu, he has both arms, or the claw arms, I do believe. But the reason why I didn't track that one down is because the colors are nowhere near as accurate to the episode as it appeared in the show. As this one's got way more accurate colors. I just like the colors on this one way better. Not that I'm saying that standard Rosen Zulu is a bad kit, probably isn't, but I just don't like the colors on it. But that is pretty much it. There's not too much else to say. I just kind of rambled on about Geara Zulu suits for 15 minutes. But I love these kits a lot. If you build Gunpla and you have any interest in these designs, I highly recommend picking them up. Aside from the stickers that are kind of a pain in the ass to apply, but they're really not that bad if you're just careful, or you just paint them if you know how to paint. And they're excellent kits to get if you can find them, and I would highly recommend tracking them down if you can. But that's pretty much all I got. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you like the Gundam videos. Maybe I'll try to pop in a few more here and there. I don't know. But I did want to talk about these suits a lot because I really like them a lot. So anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.